Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. I'm your host, Chicken Dragon, and let us continue on Tatooine. Last time, we decided that retreating was the better part of valor. And so we decided to run away from both the Sand People Enclave and Darth Malak's apprentice. So what we are going to do now is I think we're going to have a few more conversations real quick.
Hey there, what can I appreciate everything you've done for Griff. You know that, right? I just hope things work out for him this time around. I guess we'll find out when he meets up with us at the Zerka Corp shop. If he's got those credits he promised you, then maybe there's hope for him yet.
Something tells me I'm not going to get those credits back. Let's talk with Canderous.
Yeah, what do you want?
Tell me more about
The war we had with the Republic was supposed to be the most glorious battle in our history. But it was a very costly one. I guess we didn't think of how much we could lose in it.
How much did you lose?
There weren't many of us after that last battle. Mandalore himself was killed at the hands of the Jedi Revan. The best of us could not defeat him. After that last battle, those of us that survived were stripped of our weapons, our armor, and our basilisks. Revan's forces destroyed them while we were forced to watch. Those who hadn't fled earlier were left with nothing to call their own. No weapons, no armor, only the honor of having fought in the battle we just lost. For many, this was not enough. While the rest of us were sent into exile on the Outer Rim, they tried to relive the old days, raiding worlds. They're nothing more than bandits now.
And you eventually came to Terrace.
Yeah, I came to Terrace. And forcing for Davik was not stimulating. The gangs on Terrace and Davik's rivals were trash. They give no thrill in battle, no honor or glory in defeating them. It was like stepping on bugs. I sought worthy challenges, but the best that Terrace could offer were nothing to me. But I think now, with you, I may finally find opponents worth fighting.
You're a worthy companion, Canderous.
Maybe later I'll tell you more about what it was like to work for Davik. For now, though, we should get on with our lives. Is there something else you want to know?
Nothing
Your
more for now.
choice. I'm here if you want something done right.
Yeah.
Statement. HK-47 is ready to serve, Master.
I'd like to try restoring a little bit
Affirmative.
more of your memory.
If you believe your skills are up to the task, Master, then I can certainly guide you through the process. Request. I only ask...
Let's get
Statement.
started.
As you wish, Master. You are already familiar with accessing my central control cluster, correct? Now you will need to... And now rewire the last 3 relays.
Yay!
Yes, good. Well done, Master. I believe your operation was a success. Accessing new memory. Access complete. I have recovered the last of my deleted memory, Master. Unfortunately, my history is still not complete.
Why not?
Answer. As I did inform you, Master, the majority of my memory is still locked within my core. That can only be accessed by the appropriate stimuli. And I have no idea what that stimuli might be, unfortunately. Sadly, it seems my true origins will always be a mystery.
Are you sure your core isn't just damaged?
Observation. If it was, Master, your restorations will certainly have ensured that the proper stimulus restores my core's functions. Sadly, that could have already happened and we missed it, and my core was too damaged to activate. Oh, woe is me.
Eager to find out your origins, are you?
Query. Wouldn't you be, Master? Here I am, surrounded by all these meat bags, and all I desire is true perfection. Surely there are more droids like me out there. Or is that too much to hope?
Well...
Objection. Oh, fine. Laugh at me, Master. Humiliate your pet droid. Go ahead.
So tell me about your last owner, then.
Correction. That would actually be my first owner, Master. The first I can remember. I had completed an assassination in Mandalorian space, though I have no knowledge of what my target was or who sent me. Regardless, my motor function had been damaged, and I could not return to wherever I had been sent from. A Mandalorian soldier claimed me as booty, I believe. He repaired me, poorly I might add, and proceeded to use my assassination protocol to raise his rank.
It appears no one could resist using your protocol.
Query: do you not have enemies that you would desire eliminated, Master? If my protocol still worked, would you not use it?
With Malik, I suppose I would.
Statement C. I provide a function that is useful to others. They merely must learn to use it properly, I believe. At any rate, it seems that my Mandalorian owner finally decided to send me against Mandalore himself. My poorest performance, sadly.
Why is that?
Answer: I was captured by this Mandalore during the attempt. He was able to reverse my programming and send me after my own master. It was quite distressing. There was little I could do. Needless to say, I dispatched the Mandalorian soldier efficiently. Once I deactivated, I believe I eventually ended up on the black market and was sold to the Hutt on Slaheron. My darkest day.
So you killed that master directly. You're just a traveling piece of bad luck, aren't you?
Objection. That is so unfair, Master. Have I not brought you a great deal of satisfaction?
You don't want to hear the answer to that.
Statement. You are a very harsh master, Master. I like you.
So can you remember anything else?
Answer. There are a few Mandalorian implants that I can activate now. They will improve my performance. Beyond that, Master, there is nothing more I can relate to you. With luck, we will discover the stimulus to unlock my core very soon.
Good. Will now regenerate at a rate of 1 vitality point every 3 seconds and has gained an additional 2+ bonus to dexterity. Awesome! Sweet! Let's see. Cal Nord's battle armor. We don't want to do that. Might give that to mission. Let's see. Where's repeating blaster? We need to get an improved energy cell for him. Okay. Now, what I found out, I did a little bit of research while I was off screen, and I found out that there was actually quite a bit that I can do in terms of upgrading my party members. I'm thinking about trying to taking Canderous with me and removing his uniform real quick to see if I can upgrade that quick.
Huh?
Canderous.
What?
Don't worry, Canderous, you will have your uniform back in a moment. Just need to see if that is upgradable. No, it isn't. Okay. What I've found out is that the Mandalorian stuff is best suited to to Canderous. And I also found out that his repeating blaster is one of the best weapons in the game when it's fully upgraded. So I do need to keep an eye out for upgrade pieces, which I may be able to find some stuff here. Ooh, Usani's brand. And that, I want that. And they don't have retinal combat implants. Critical hits, immunity to mind affecting. May come back for that later. Yeah. Let's see if we can find some upgrade materials real quick, because even if I don't find a lot, even a little bit of upgrade materials will go a long way for the weapons that I'm wanting to. Cultist carbine. Scope, there we go. Want that. I also found out that Karth's blaster and Bendak's blaster, when fully upgraded, are two of the best pistols in the game, and Karth should be the one to use both of those. Oh boy. I'm not surprised. Anything else? You mean he's gone? I'm not surprised. Okay. I gotta go after him. See if they have any form of upgrades. I don't think they do. Ooh, they do have a mesh underlay, but I don't think I need that at the moment. So, but we may need it in the future. Might as well grab it. There's I also found out that HK-47 needs to be using stuff like wait. No. Okay. This place doesn't have anything for sale. HK-47 needs to be using a rifle, because that's what he's best with. I'm gonna check to see how good Calo Nord's armor is, and I may give that to Karth. Come on, Canders. See what we can do there.
Huh. Circuit Corporation.
Bloodblade. Hair trigger, there we go. We're getting lucky. We're getting a few of the parts that we need for these upgrades. The reason I got the Usani's brand is Zalbar can use that pretty well, and that's one of the better ones to give him since he's a close combat specialist. Advanced stun ray. DC 20. I may come back here when I'm looking to upgrade my droids, but at the moment I think I'm good. Tunneler. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And we're done here on Tatooine for the moment. We'll come back once we can actually, you know, fight off the Sand People Enclave effectively and get some of that. Don't have the energy cell. Bendex Blaster. Do have that and that. I'll give that to Karth. Armor. Okay, all of that's modded up. Usani's brand. This is what we want. Okay. That. What else do we have that needs upgraded? Anything? No. Okay. So now that we got that done, I'm going to go ahead and give Karth back the... take Karth, and we'll also take HK just to be sure, because I want to make sure. Okay. Karth. Defense bonus. 4, immunity, defense bonus 6. Let's compare that to Davik's Warsuit first. Ooh, that's nice. Let's see here. 12, 1. I think I'm going to go for Davik's Warsuit instead. And instead of that, I'm going to go back to the Bendex Blaster. Go ahead and give him energy shields. Stabilizer gauntlets. I want to get him something a little bit more along the lines of dexterity. Immunity critical hits. Okay, that'll work. Awareness, demolition, security. Do we have anything that will give a dexterity bonus? +4, security, saves will. We do not. Okay. And let's check. HK, Droid Heavy Plating Type 2. I want to get Droid Heavy Plating Type 3. I want to do that. We may... Bowcaster. See, how's that compared to the Mandalorian Ripper? Oh, that's a blaster pistol. Mandalorian assault rifle, 3 to 10. 3. Okay, we'll go with Chundar's bowcaster for the moment. Baragwin droid shield. We'll give him that. And we have no utility. Basic targeting computer. Droid motion sensors. Okay, we'll give him that. Just because I don't have anything better at the moment. Flamethrower. Advanced stun ray. Okay, both of those will work.
Yes?
Inside, I know guys, I know it's slow, but we're almost done. I'm about to do the last little bit that I'm going to do before we go to Manaan. You are going to get the Usani's brand. There we go. Canian energy shield. Cardio package. Constitution +1. Okay, we're gonna give you that. And yeah, strength, that works. Works for me. Can't give him any of those, and we can't give him any of that. So, okay.
What?
And we're done. So let's head off to Manaan. Oh, no wait. Still got a couple more character conversations. I'm sorry, guys.
Got something on your mind, do you?
Why did you decide to come with me?
Got yourself a fast little ship? I'd forgotten what engine sounded like. The closest thing to that on Kashyyyk is an Uller in mating season. Ugh, frightful.
So you wanted a ride on my ship?
Or it could be for the free food. What's the gunk that comes out of the synthesizer on this bucket anyway? Do you never clean the darn thing?
Seriously, tell me.
I'm old, damn it. I'm allowed to be enigmatic when I want to be. And don't you go telling me otherwise. You know, you remind me of someone else I knew ages ago. Pleasant enough fellow, great destiny, all of that. Breath like a bantha.
Did you annoy this person endlessly too?
Oh, very funny. Is it my fault that some people are so easily annoyed? Like impatient little children with blasters. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, Andor Vix was his name. The force swirled around him like a hurricane. That's how great his destiny was.
Is that what you see around me too?
It's not so much a hurricane as a slight breeze. But that doesn't mean anything. Destiny is sometimes in the eye of the beholder. Well, it turned out that poor Andor believed a wee bit too much in the infallibility of that destiny. That overconfidence turned out to be his downfall.
Okay, is there supposed to be a hidden meaning in this?
I don't know. Are you overconfident? I hadn't noticed. Even if I had, I would never comment on it. We're talking about Andor, remember? Let's see. Oh yes, Andor's downfall. I was pretty young myself when it happened. At the time, I thought that Andor's destiny couldn't be more boring.
How young are we talking?
Well, let's just say that I was a strapping young lad with a full head of hair, and Coruscant was a small town with a well. I was just about to abandon Andor to whatever the Force intended for him when his ship was overtaken by a Dimian warship. Now, you've probably never heard of the Dimians, but at the time, they were a nasty lot led by a nastier overlord named Krat. Tall fellow, big teeth. Krat has us hauled onto the bridge of his ship for questioning, and that's when I knew that Andor's destiny was at hand.
How did you know?
Swirling force, remember? Jedi here. Granted, I was just interpreting the signs, but we get trained in that sort of thing, more or less. Well, Andor decides that his destiny makes him invulnerable and starts making all sorts of demands. Free me now. I'm not answering questions. Blah, blah, blah. Don't you know who I am? Yeah. Krat decides he's had enough and begins crushing Andor's neck. I told the boy he should have kept his mouth shut. I think he agreed, too, or those could have just been gurgling noises. Well, anyway. Finally, Krat has enough of Andor and tosses him aside into this giant energy intake shaft. Andor gets sucked in and starts bouncing around, screaming. Maybe Andor hit something sensitive on the way down, or just didn't agree with the reactor core. Next thing I know, all the ship's alarms are ringing.
This is horrifying. I mean, this is kind of horrifying, but continue.
Everyone panics and I run, barely making it to the ship in time before the explosion. Krat dies horribly, and the Dimians never quite recovered. Changed the political course of the entire sector for centuries to come. I'd call that quite a destiny, wouldn't you?
How are you even sure that Andor was responsible?
What? Are you kidding? What are the odds of that happening anyway? 1,000,000,000 to 1? You should do so well as to be sucked into the engine of some evil Sith Lord, you know. Andor was a hero. Sort of. Anyway, go on. My throat is dry and you're making me cranky. Shoo!
Recipe for defeating Malak by Jolie Bindo. Step 1, get captured by Sith Lord. Step 2, get killed by Sith Lord. Step 3, have body thrown into Sith Lord's reactor core. Into the reactor core of Sith Lord's ship. That's a great plan. You're really encouraging me.
Yes. What is it?
Something wrong?
I was remembering Taris.
I'm sorry, Johanny.
No, it's all right. I think I'm over the worst of it. I apologize again for lashing out at you. It was not your fault. It was a horrible place to have to live. At least in the lower cities where the non-humans tended to get relegated. Living for years in a place with no sun, living off the trash dropped from the upper levels, and the meager pay doing back-breaking labor.
And those rat ghouls.
There was always the danger of rat ghouls coming up from the sewers, or more mundane predators living and working in the area. My family and I struggled each and every day to make something of our lives. But we could only go so far. Taxes from the corrupt government, more fees from the gangs controlling the streets, and whatever was left paying for what food and medical supplies we could afford.
Was it that bad?
With no money to spare for any amenities, even the enclave on Dantooine seems a paradise in comparison. And of course, there was the constant bigotry and hate from the more affluent and human citizens, lording their wealth over us living below. Every once in a while, a rich human would come down through the lower levels with his droid entourage just to see how the wildlife lived, and laughed at the mockeries that were our successes. But I have come to meet many decent humans in my travels since those days. Indeed, some of the greatest people I have ever met are human.
Like who?
The Jedi who encouraged me to join the Order. The one who was with the group going to fight the Mandalorians. She was human. I am sorry. I am getting away from my point. If there even was one. Sometimes, I curse the day my parents fled to Taris. But then again, if they had not, I would not be where I am today.
Fled? Fled from where?
Another story for another time. For now, we must continue our own epic. To save the galaxy, if we can.
True. True. Okay. And we'll talk with Zelbar in a moment. We need to talk with Mission about her brother.
Hey there. What can I do for you?
I want to talk to you about your
I
brother.
want to thank you for helping me with Griff. You did everything you could for my brother. More than most people would have. I know it might look like it didn't make any difference in the end. Griff's in debt and on the run like usual. But at least I know we tried to help him.
Don't give up on me. Don't give up on him, Mission. He could still change.
I know people can change no matter how bad they were, but I'm not holding my breath. None of us is perfect, but I've come to realize that Griff is a little less perfect than most. My brother is what he is, but I've learned to deal with that. I'll never forget that he looked after me when I was just a kid, but I don't feel like I owe him anything anymore.
So you're okay?
I've made my peace with Griff and what he means to me. If he ever shows up again, I'll deal with him. But I'm not going to dwell on my brother anymore. It's time to move forward. So, is there anything else you need?
Nothing. Never mind. We're good.
Have it your way.
Good to talk to you, Mission. Okay, let's talk with Big Z. Have anything more to say about yourself, Zelbar? I'm sorry we couldn't stay on Kashyyyk longer. Why did you request to take Baka's sword? I wish you well. Let's get going. Let's get this show on the road. Karth and Bastila aren't going to do anything. So, on to Manaan. Oh boy, and the Sith found us again. They're getting dedicated. Okie dokie. Prepare for incoming fighters.
Incoming fighters!
We're home free! Woohoo! In the words of a person who won't be born for another 4,000 years, we did it! We did it! That's from Star Wars Episode 4, if you guys don't remember. So. Okay. Let's see. Who do we want to take with us? I think that we take Jolie Bindo. And I'm also tempted to take Juhani. Because we haven't really gotten to use either of them that much at the moment. So we'll take them with us. We'll see what we can do. See if this guy has any upgrade parts. No upgrades, but lots of grenades. I like the grenades. Okay. Let's speak to Jolie.
On your mind, do you?
You never did actually say why you decided to
I never did I?
Are you always going to be this elusive?
Elusive? Me elusive? Obviously, you've never tried to grab a Twi'lek dancing girl after drinking too much Onderan Willick juice. At any rate, I already told you why I wanted to leave. I'd seen everything I wanted to on Kashyyyk. Time to go. Time to move on.
Move on to where?
Bed. I'm old and tired, you know.
No, really?
How many kilometer-high trees can you find an interest in before you figure you've had enough? I'd bet you can't be bothered to stay in one room for more than 15 minutes. And then there's all the critters in the Shadowlands. I'm just happy to be back in space, doing something new. Is that too much to ask?
You could do that on your own.
So I could. Well, not having a ship does tend to put a damper on that kind of idea, however. I'll admit, for all its flaws, Kashyyyk was home enough. But when you came along and I saw the destiny you had before you, I couldn't help but be intrigued.
You know what my destiny is?
Of course not. Weren't you listening last time? I can see that you have a destiny before you, but the details are far from clear. In fact, everything about you that I can see is odd. Slightly off. as if my eyes are trying to trick me. Something is very dark about you, but, I'm sure you don't need to hear my ruminations. You've probably got enough nosy Jedi offering you one opinion after another to make you sick.
No, tell me more of what you see. That sounds interesting.
Your future will come of its own accord, trust me. Sometimes navel-gazing at it doesn't get you anywhere. I wouldn't worry about it too much if I were you. You remind me a bit of Nomi. And that can be all bad.
Nomi Sunrider, maybe? That would be interesting.
Nomi Sunrider.
Yes!
She came late to the Force, just as you have, and became one of the greatest Jedi ever. Oh, fine lass. Whether you'll follow the same path remains to be seen. For one thing, we'll never get anywhere if you stand around chatting up old men all day.
I didn't bring you along for my... So you're along as some kind of observer?
Nonsense. If I ever refused to help you when you asked, how confused can one person be anyway? One thing I will say is that this little escapade does remind me a bit of my adventuring days before the war. Those were exciting times. Or at least it would remind me of those times if we didn't stand around. What's keeping you? You're too young to be so talkative. Shoo! Shoo!
You are like the weirdest guy ever. You know that, Jolie? You are frankly ridiculous. Just ridiculous. You play Pazak, so I'm not really interested in you. At least not at the moment. I probably will come back off screen just before we have the final battle to get all that stuff. Okay. And here I thought we had to pay every time we docked. Okay, well I won't say no to a free docking. Thank you. I appreciate that. Selkath, Sith. Selkath. There's that. Okay. Let's see. What do we have this way? I've been here before, but this place can be quite big. So we're going to see what we can... What kind of trouble we can rustle up.
Jolie, it is you. I need your help.
Laura, of all the people, how did you even know I'd left Kashyyyk?
I didn't. Nobody knew where you were, not even Sunry. But I heard the Selkath mention you and your friends. The Force has brought you to help us.
Why? Whatever could be the matter, my dear?
It's horrible, Jolie. Sunry has been arrested. The Sith have accused him of murder.
Murder? But how?
It's all a mistake, Jolie. Sunry isn't a murderer. Someone is trying to frame him.
Calm down, Alora. Where's Sunry now?
Sunry's being held at the Selkath courts. They won't let anyone in to see him. Please, go to the courts. Talk to the judges. Maybe the Selkath will listen to you.
Don't worry, Alora. We'll get to the bottom of this and help Sunry. Somehow.
So it sounds like we might have another episode of Murder Mystery Mayhem on our hands. So you've got the stock. Oh, you've got our stimulants. We're good. Fine, we'll go to the courts. Ooh, but we also need to make a quick stop in here. And to do that, I'm going to remove these two. Because I believe this is the prison area, and we need to do something a little bit unpleasant. Where are we going now? Okay, so I've got to get into there. Okay, we'll take you back Jolie real quick. We may have to do something a little bit unsavory. Let's get in there. Let's see. Republic and the Sith Empire. I would like to investigate the murder case involving Sunray.
I suppose you're Sunry's only hope. We have to at least try to help him. Yes, but it almost seems too heavily stacked, doesn't it? Very suspicious. Okay. Okay. So, we are now arbiters. We're gonna remove Jolie for a second. We have a little bit of a problem, I think. We obviously need to get Sunray out of this. Talk to him. There's Sunray.
When I get out of here, you're dead! I'll gut your fishy little corpse, cut off your head, and bathe in your blood!
Oh, okay, the terrorist guy wasn't here. Okay, in that case, we will be right back. I wonder if he's maybe at the Republic Embassy. I'm betting he is, probably. So we're going to go ahead and commit that little assassination that we need to do. This guy's the terrorist that we're talking about for the Geno Haradan. There's Hulis. And...
Hey, Tyberg. How's it going? Ah, glad to hear it. Hey, this stuff's all for the Republic embassies, so can you just bill it to them?
Okay. Talk to Tyberg real quickly. Any upgrades? Zabrek battle cannon. That might be worth finding. Getting. Beamon package. Ooh. Okay, I'm not seeing anything there that I'm really looking forward to getting at the moment. Let's see. Visitors Hotel, Republic Enclave. Okay, we're gonna go to the Republic Enclave. Take care of... Okay. Talk to this guy first.
Welcome to Manaan. I'm Roland Wan. As the official representative of the Republic Embassy on this planet, I'm here to help all citizens of the Republic should they require aid.
I'm on a mission from the Jedi Council. Perhaps you can help me with it?
Of course, I'll do whatever I can. But I'm only a simple diplomatic representative of the Republic. I doubt I can be of any use to the Jedi Council.
Seek a star map.
An ancient and forgotten race. And you think it may be here on Manaan? Well, perhaps. But if you want to get information about that, you'll have to do something for me first.
Okay, what do you want me to do?
We were using a submersible reconnaissance droid in the ocean surrounding Otto City, and it was damaged. It took a data recording of the outside of the city before being driven off by the Phyraxan sharks. But while it was returning to the surface, it encountered difficulties and was disabled. Its automatic systems floated it to the surface, but we could not retrieve it in time. The Sith were applying subtle pressure to the Selkath authorities for some reason we've not determined, and were able to delay us long enough that they could retrieve the droid before we did. The droid's data centers are heavily encrypted, so it will take the Sith several days, we believe, to get to its data. It was captured 12 hours ago. It is imperative that we get it back.
What's his
intelligence information about Sith activities on Manaan, as well as some oceanographic reports on the local marine life.
Okay. What do you want me to
do? It's heavily
do?
guarded, we're sure, in the Sith embassy here on Manaan. Since we have no remaining soldiers to spare, and certainly not our elite ones, we have no one capable of entering the Sith base and retrieving it. That is what we would ask you to do.
Okay, how can I go?
There are several leads we've been working on to get into the Sith base. Any of them should work for you, although it might be wise to concentrate your efforts on just one. The first method that's possible is to help us interrogate a Sith prisoner we managed to catch after he tried to infiltrate our base. He's being held just inside our enclave. We think he may be able to give us the passcode that the Sith give their informers to enter the base. He has proved most resilient so far.
Okay.
We managed to pick up a crate of blank Sith data cards, the type they use for passcards. The encryption system to unlock them is very difficult, however. But if you are more skilled than our technicians, you may be able to gain access that way.
Okay.
The Sith have got the Selkath to give them exclusive use of one of the main hangar bays. Visiting Sith masters use this bay to land, then take a speeder over the water to an external entrance to the Sith enclave. The luckless spy we mentioned earlier had a pass card to that hangar on him. While it is surely well guarded, it may prove to be the most direct route. Here's the card. The Sith base itself is very heavily guarded. If they became aware of your presence, I fear you would be quickly outnumbered and killed. Here is a pass card to get you inside our facility. You should find all you need to get started in there. You can choose whichever of the methods you want, as long as you get in the base and get the data recording back. Which method do you think you would like to try first?
I think I'll
Good choice.
The
We've been working at that for a
card.
while, but it's been too difficult so far. Maybe you'll have better luck. I wish you luck in your task. Should you retrieve the data recording from the droid, return it here to me, and we can see about getting you that information.
Okay. Well, we will do that after we assassinate this Lorgal guy. Yeah. HK, did you enjoy that? Yes, you did. And nobody cares. Good to know. Okay. So, we are going to go back to Cool Ass, and then we're going to begin asking questions for the... We'll see if this works. I thought I turned solo mode on. HK.
Uchua penki, tangi tuamaji, human acting ikatune, chi itakanki, chana kilikon, chiwa aita kanki.
Indeed I am. Lorgal is dead.
Aita ka chong chicha, agi inko tune, chunamuri ra, tangi tuamaji kona, tongki pa nonku nek abog, tonghi tuama aki inko tune, o tonghi tuamaji aki inko tune. Tong pa no kun, no ne.
Yay!
Aita ka chong chicha. Ki mulira kun king. Kimba no kun nik dota. Chiwa aita kan ki cha na chupornibo. Kun mulira snimo poiwanga. Tong ituamaji human acting ikatune. Chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Agi inko tune chuna mulira. Tong ituamaji kona. Tongki pa nonku nek abog, chiwa aita kan ki cha na chupornibo. Kun mulira snimo poiwanga, tangi tuamaji human acting ikatune.
Tell me about Vorn.
Jiska dosoki, kopa bono nakachu, labora na winki smaktoma, kuyami jusku chitanai, uchua penki, topa na otobokasa, yubabato kanchi, yatuka ulan. Tong hi tuama aki inko tune, o tong hi wama ji aki inko tun, tong pa no kun, no nek, chiwi aita ka chong chicha, ki mulira kun king, kimba no kun nik dota, jiska dosoki, kopa bono nakachu, labora na winki smaktoma, kuyami jusku chitanai, uchua penki, topa na
all roads lead right back to Tatooine. Okay. Any tips for this mission? Okay. Okay, tell me about Rulan Prolik.
Labora na winki smaktoma, kuyami jusku chitanai, uchua penki, topa na otobokasa, yubabato kanchi, yatuka ulan, tonghi tuama aki inko tune, o tonghi wama ji aki inko tun, tong pa no kun, no nek, chiwi aita ka chong chicha, ki mulira kun king, kimba no kun nik dota, chiwi aita ka chong chicha, agi inko tune chuna mori ra, tangi wama jikona, tongki pa nonku nek abog.
Okay. Any tips for this mission?
Chiwa aita kan kicha na chupornibo, kun muli ra snimo poiwanga, tangi wama ji human acting ikatune.
Okay, tell me about Itharek
Jiska
Boulder.
dosoki, kopa bono nakachu, labora na winki smaktoma, kuyami jusku chitanai, uchua penki, topa na otobokasa, yubabato kanchi, yatuka ulan, tonghi tuama aki inko tune, o tonghi wama ji aki inko tun, tong pa no kun, no nek, chiwi aita ka chong chicha, ki mulira kun king, kimba no kun nik dota, chiwi aita ka chong chicha, agi inko tune chuna mori ra, tangi wama jikona, tongki pa nonku nek abog.
Okay. Why would Vex set up a meeting
Jiska
between us?
dosoki, kopa bono nakachu, labora na winki smaktoma, kuyami jusku chitanai, uchua penki, topa na otobokasa, yubabato kanchi, yatuka ulan, chiwa aita kan kicha na chupornibo, Kun mulira snimo poiwanga tangi tuamaji human act ikatune chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Agi inko tune chuna mulira tangi tuamaji kona. Tong ipa nonku nek abog.
Anything else?
Aita ka chong chicha. Agi inko tune chuna mulira tangi tuamaji kona.
Okay.
Tong ipa nonku nek abog. Chiwa aita kang kicha na chupornibo. Kun mulira snimo poiwanga tangi tuamaji human act ikatune chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Agi inko tune chuna mulira tangi tuamaji kona. Tong ipa nonku nek abog ki mulira kun king. Tong hitwama agi inko tune.
Zula and Centaur
Tong
is
hitwama
dead.
agi inko tune. Tong hitwama ji agi inko tu. Tong panokun nonek. Chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Ki mulira kun king. Kimba no kun nik gota. Chiwa aita kang kicha na chupornibo. Ki mulira.
Okay.
Chiwi aita ka.
Okay, let's bring back Jolie and Juhani. We'll take both of them back. And let's go talk about Sunry with the Republic base.
Have you managed to retrieve the data? Time is a critical...
And he's not willing to talk with us until we get that. Okay. Let's talk with these guys. Ignis.
You're the one defending Sunry now, huh? Well, the hotel's open for you. And I guess I gotta answer any questions you want too.
What do you know about Sunry and Alasa?
Alasa used to rent rooms here every week or so. Then Sunry would come by a couple hours later and stay all night. It doesn't take a genius to figure out what was going on.
Okay, tell me what you saw the night of the
The
murder.
Sith woman, Alasa, rented a room in the hotel. An hour or two later, Sunry comes in and goes to her room. A couple hours later, I hear a blaster shot and see Sunry running. He can't run good because he's a cripple, but he still was going pretty fast. I would swear he started after the shot, though.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty damn sure he left after the shot went off.
Could it have gone off after he left?
No, I don't think so. I mean, it's possible, just barely. But I wouldn't say that to the court. No. No way I'm lying to the court just because you want to get your Republic buddy off or whatever.
Okay.
What do you want to know?
Who are the witnesses
There
in
were
the
only
hotel?
two other people in the hotel when it happened. One was a Rhodian named Glupor. Seems like a really dirty, shifty type. Normally, I don't let his kind in here. I'm a reputable businessman, you know. But there weren't many people here, so I decided to take a chance. The other is a regular named Firith Me. He's a Pazak player. Probably an addict, but he claims he's big in some circles. Don't know anything about him other than that. Anything else you want to know?
Okay. I have no more questions
okay.
for now. Come back, talk to you later. Feareth me.
You with the Selkath? You here to see me about the murder too? I told the damn fish everything I knew. What more do you all want from me?
What do you know about Sunry and Alasa?
Sunry, I only heard of once or twice in passing. Some sort of old-time war hero against the Sith. Seen him around in the hotel too. Going to Alasa's room always, of course. Kept the rest of the building up half the night with their damn antics usually.
Okay. Sunry was having a relationship
I'm not
then.
saying anything like that. What they did in that room, in private, is their business. And there isn't any rule against Sith and Republic seeing each other for personal reasons. Although if you think her Sith Master didn't know, you must be fooling yourself.
Sith Master?
Oh, well, Elassa was a Sith, so of course she'd have to have someone above her. Yeah, I didn't see anything.
What did you see?
Well, one time, I saw Elassa coming in wearing this big cloak. I was on my way to my room, and she normally wears stuff like that, so I didn't pay her too much attention. But this time, I accidentally brushed up against her. Accidentally, of course. And her cloak fell open. Now, I don't have any qualms about the Sith. I leave them alone, and they leave me alone. And seeing as how Elassa had a Sith lightsaber under her cloak, I'm not going to poke that hornet's nest.
She was a dark Jedi.
Seems so. But I'm not getting myself in any further with the Sith. I know how ruthless they are. Now, that's all I'm going to tell you. I'll testify it to the court, but you aren't going to get anything else out of me.
Let's see if we can't talk to
You again. Didn't I tell you people everything I knew? So why do you keep coming back to me?
What did you see the night of the murder?
I was in my room, minding my own business with the latest copy of Pazak Weekly, checking out the listings for the big tournament that's going to be held here soon, when I heard a blaster shot. Being still alive, and therefore smart enough not to stick my head out immediately, I didn't go out right away. I looked out after a minute and saw Glupor in the hall by Elassa's room, and Sunry running like the wind. You can't tell me that someone who was running like that, and he was pretty fast for a cripple, isn't guilty. Yes, well, I'll be right here. Not like they're letting me go anywhere else.
Okay. Let's talk.
No problem. Got it.
Attack. Okay, that's it. Okay, Glupor. I have questions about the murder of Elassa.
Glupor tong hit wanaji sarkat agi inko tune glupor mulira chuna mulira tong glupor kipa nonku nexit abog.
Why were you at the hotel?
Glupor tung chiwi ita pola jikne mulira glupor kon muli slimo pui wanga kun viskin glupor kinpa nikcha lora kun.
What did you see?
Glupor chi ita kanki chana kilikon. Glupor nibo jimata wipun nage kong abag sun sham u glupor ninong glupor tong hit wamaji sarkat ag inko tune tong kinba no ku nikset abog.
What about Elassa's room?
Glupor picha ge borang turang glupor wangki yuma bat malyaw no wish glupor no una pangpa mulira kong king.
Did someone pay you to do something in that room, Glupor?
Kun mulira slimo poi wanga kun makachisa glupor. Tong abog sinshan glupor ninong kili glupor chiwa aita kan kicha na selkat. Glupor nibo mulira glupor.
Somebody's been naughty.
Glupor sha. Glupor pampa ki mulira kun king. Glupor chachopa si chawa wish kun. Glupor bagra shak konti cha yuman. Tong itselkat wama jiko na. Glupor ag inko tune. Glupor no molira, chuna molira, tongpa no kun, no nek. Glupor chachopa. Glupor bagwa shank konti machid Glupor nada chawa yishun kun.
Okay, let's see if we can't get anything more about him.
Glupor wanga kun beast.
He's not willing to talk anymore. Let's see what...
You again.
What did you see the night?
I was in my room, being still alive. You can't tell me that... Yes, well...
Okay. Let's see...
You were the one defending Sunry now, huh?
Tell me what you saw
The
the night
Sith
of the
one,
murder.
Elassa, rented a room in the hotel. An hour or two later, Sunry comes in and goes to her room. Couple hours later, I hear a blaster shot and see Sunry running. He can't run good because he...
Could it have gone
No,
off?
I don't think so. I mean, it's possible. What do you want to know? Elassa used to rent rooms here every week or so. Then Sunry would come by a couple hours later and stay all night. It doesn't take a genius to figure out what was going on.
Okay.
The Sith woman, Alasa, rented a room in the hotel. He can't run...
Okay.
No, I don't think so. I mean, it's possible, just barely. But I wouldn't say that to the... No. No. Yeah, I'll tell the court Sunry left before the shot went off.
I guess this is what they call working the system. Not that I'm objecting. I just hope the Selkath don't find out about it.
Now, was there anything else you wanted?
Me too.
Well, okay. If you need anything else, I'm gonna be right here.
Okay. Who's this mysterious man?
Jedi. I hear you are investigating the Sunry murder trial, are you not? This case is not at all what it appears to be. Many currents, might I say, flow beneath the surface.
What do you mean?
This murder is much more complicated than it may first appear. Sunry and Elasa are proxies for their governments, and both sides want the other to fail. You can see the journey by the footprints. You understand, yes?
I think so, kind of, maybe?
I'm saying they both had something to do with it. They've both kept their hands in this from the start. If you want to get to the bottom of this murder, you might seek information from both the Sith and the Republic, likely in their embassies.
They'd just give it to me?
Of course not. You think state secrets are for sale on the common market? You would have to be devious to get what you want. Heed my advice, Jedi, and you may yet find the truths in this murder.
Okay. So, in other words, we may not be able to get anything from the Republic until we...
Have you managed to retrieve the data from... Time is a critical factor.
See if maybe there's something in the computer logs.
So you're the one who's gonna try to get into the Sith base, eh? Huh, good luck, you're gonna need it. This is our main computer room here. We got the box of passcards we got from the Sith, but we haven't been able to break their encryption yet. We have been able to decode the numeric system they use, but there are holes in our terminal sequence patterns.
Okay, what kind of holes?
The encryption system is composed of 6 matrices. Each is based on a mathematical method. The holes we're missing are the final number in each of the strings. Most are simple, but the final 2 matrices seem to be much more difficult. The second last matrix has a pattern looping back on itself, or something. And the last is divided into smaller subparts. Maybe the pattern for that is within each part. But I have to admit, all this is a bit over my head. I haven't even been able to slice past the first matrix, and I've been at this for hours. I've ruined a dozen cards already. But the good thing is we have a whole box of them, so you don't have to worry about running out anytime soon. Since Roland said you were cleared, you can use the computer freely. I'll be here if you have any questions.
Let's just check the computer real quick. See if we can't get public system. Oh, that's a lot of spikes. Access restricted data archives, though. Fisheye view from a sort of small surveillance device on a wall. A beautiful young woman enters the room, followed by a much older man. As she walks into the room, he softly closes the door, pulls a blaster, and shoots her in the back. This must be some sort of secret recording of Sunry murdering Alasa. Okay. That's unfortunate. But we'll see what we can do. Let's see if I can decrypt this passcard real quick. 1, 2, 4, 7, 11. Okay, so we're adding these up. Okay, 1, 2 is 3, 3 plus 4 is 7, 7 plus 4 is 11, 11 plus 7, no. Okay. 1 plus 2. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4 now. Let's see. Additive matrix. 5. Oh, 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. No, that's not it. No, 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 plus 4 is 11. 11 plus 5 is 16. 16 plus 16 plus 6 is 22. Okay, subtractive matrix. Okay. Minus 3. Okay. This one seems to be 21, 18, 16, 15, 15, 16. I'm going to say 18 is the next one. 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. Okay, multiplicative, 32. 1 times 1 is, okay. 1, 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16, 16 times 2 is 32, 32 times 2 is 64. That's the one. Divisive matrix. 128, 64. So we're dividing by 2. Exponential matrix. 1, 32, 81, 64, 25. Okay. So we're talking exponents. So what would equal... Okay, that's 5. That's 8. Okay, because 5 times 5 is 25. 8 times 8, 64. 9 times 9, 81. Times what's 32? I should know this one. Let's see, that's 4 times 8. 6 times 6. It's the closest I can think of. 132. Oh, no, we're looking for ones that have an exponent in them. So I would say 9. Okay. Logarithmic matrix. Oh, man, this is taking me back to college algebra. Oh, I hope I can do this one. 1, 0, 8, 3, 32, 5, 128. Oh... I don't know this one. Okay, logarithmics means we're using... I really like these puzzles. I really do. Logarithmics means we're using 10... 8. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to guess this one. And I'm gonna guess 7? Oh, so close. Okay. I'm gonna try one more time, because I think it's that last one that I'm having a problem with. 22. 18, 64, 2, exponential 9, let's try 5, failure, okay, so let's try 6 and 8. I don't know why, but I'm pretty sure that that's the one that I'm missing. 18, 64, 128, 4, so that's 2, Exponential, that would be 9. Let's try 6, I think, is the next most likely. Okay, 8. If it's not 8, I'll have to go through and probably off camera do it. Let's see, that was 19. $64. 2. I may have done that wrong. I think I did that wrong. 9. 8. Yeah. Okay, I did one of those wrong. Let's try one more time. And then after this one, I'm going to call it an episode because I think we've gone over on time already. Yeah, that was 22 is what that was supposed to be, not 19. 18 there. Subtractive, multiplicative. 2. 9. 8. No. Okay. We will deal with that one later. In the meantime, I hope you guys liked the episode. I know it's a little bit slow. No combat this one. But all of this is pretty important stuff. So we're going to continue... moving forward. Next time, we're going to wrap up the trial and try to figure out what Sunray did and what we can do to help the Republic out, even if it potentially gets us dark side points, because it's become obvious that Sunray did actually kill Ilasa. But the Republic really needs to win this war, and so we may help him out despite the fact that that may not be the right thing to do. In the meantime, like and subscribe if you want. Dislike this video if you want. Also, check out my Patreon page in the description. Other than that, live long and prosper. May the Force be with you. May the odds be ever in your favor. May the drinks be ever in your flavor. May Batman never need to visit your house at midnight. Same thing with Chuck Norris. Have a great week, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow, next time, as we do the trial. So, good luck and may the Force be with you guys.